We're going to chant what is probably the most famous mantra in the world, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om and Hum don't have a literal meaning. They are sort of energy words. Mani means a jewel or a gem, and Padma means lotus. Padme is the locative case, in the lotus. So it means something like hail to the jewel in the lotus. You're free to interpret jewel and lotus any way you want. Maybe the whole spiritual path. The jewel is the wisdom, the liberating insight, and the lotus is the compassion, the spontaneous service to others, insight for yourself, service to others. But there's other possible interpretations. This mantra is associated with the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. A bodhisattva is someone who practices with the twin goals that I just mentioned, that their practice not only liberate themselves, but that they be able to serve others at all the levels of meaning that are implied by that word. So Avalokiteshvara is called Genresi in Tibetan, Guan Shi Yin or Guan Yin in Chinese, similarly in Japanese, Kanzeon or Kannon, Guan Theam in Vietnamese, or Guanam, Guanam in Korean. In India, he was a he, but in East Asia, morphed archetypally into the compassionate mother form. We like to start off the day with energy and concentration, so to help people wake up and so forth. So at 5:30, we do this chant. And the idea is to chant with the totality of your being. Chant with gusto and abandon, which is the expansive side of nature, but also chant with your ears. Listen to the sounds that you're making. How are they matching the chant leader, which is me in this case, and broadly everyone else in the room? So I will vary the pace. This is called a mokugyo in Japanese, or moktak in Korean. And I will vary the pace, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, so you have to listen for that. I will also vary the tone. I'll reset the tone of the room. If you hear me go a little bit higher, then try to match that. I'm trying to gather everybody. You don't have to chant exactly the tone of the leader or of the group, but you do have to chant harmonic to that. So it's in rhythm and in harmony. So that's the chanting with your ear basis. And then the rest, the chanting with your whole being, is just totally give yourself to it. Now, I like to look upon chanting as a formal meditation period. So it's a good thing to organize in your mind, well, what am I going to be focusing on during the chant to make it a useful meditation period? And there's lots of possibilities. Pick what's appealing to you. One thing you could do is just focus on the pure sound of the chant. A lot of our distractions are into internal conversations. When external sound space expands, internal talk space may contract. So you can listen to just the pure sound of the chant. You can focus on the physical sensations associated with chanting. There's the breath sensations and so forth associated with the chant. If you are focusing on just the sound and just the physical impact of the chant, we would say that you're having you're sort of losing yourself in the chant. Other possibilities are to work with restful states. The chant tends to quiet internal talk, so you can listen to the quieting effect. Tends to relax the body, so you can focus on restful experiences, relaxation, if you know how to work with these. If you don't now, you will by the end of the retreat. Physical relaxation, emotional peace in the body, blank screen, quiet head. You can defocus your eyes. Some people even focus on silence while they're chanting. You say, well, the sound is dominant. How is that possible? Well, some people know how to listen through or around sound to a background silence. So some people like to explore the restful impact of the chant. Or you can, as I say, explore in ordinary experience. It hits, you've got the sound, you've got the physical touch of the chanting. Lots of times people will get energy flows associated with the chanting process. So you get like vibratory energy in your body, and that can start to pervade all parts of your experience. You sort of hear it in your talk space, see it in your image space, and so forth. So some people like to explore the focusing on flow, energy, and so forth that the chant induces. That's another possibility. Traditionally, when people did chanting, they actually visualized, in this case, they visualized the deity associated with the mantra. In this case, it's Avalokiteshvara. So they actually did a sort of focus on positive. They would visualize the deity, listen to the chant externally, but also internally as a mantra, and access emotions of joy, compassion, and so forth, and sort of use it that way. So you might want to work with one or a combination of those. Lots of possibilities. You can choose whatever appeals to you. But do have a clear idea and explore that. Now, when we do the mindfulness practice, we do noting, which involves often mental labeling as an option. Usually people find it unproductive to attempt to label things while they're chanting. It sort of takes you away from that full involvement with the activity of chanting. But if you get really, really spaced out, then you can implement a mental labeling process. So that's sort of a few basic guidelines for how to make the chant a meditative process for you.